I'm sure that by now you have seen some type of comment or concern about seed oils and why they're so detrimental to human health. Okay, so I guess the first thing to cover would be to determine what is actually considered to be a seed oil. The most common types of seed oils would be safflower oil, canola oil, soybean oil, as well as corn oil. These four, you really need to make sure you're staying away from them. These oils used in the original state, now looking back at the history, especially for rapeseed oil, which is, I guess, a derivative of canola oil before in its more pure form, is actually used as a lubricant in machines and engines. It goes through a very long and hefty process where they're adding a lot of chemicals to this oil. So the first step in neutralizing a seed oil would be the degummification process. This first step is basically the redefining of the oil in a way that it's removing the phospholipids, also known as the gums. Then in step 2, they neutralize the oil, in which they add sodium hydroxide to the oil in order to remove the free fatty acids. And this sodium hydroxide is actually a well-known carcinogen. After degummifying and neutralizing the oils, what companies will then do is go through bleaching. And that's because this oil is going to be very yellow. It doesn't look very attractive. It's not going to look good in the containers on the shelf market. So they go through and they bleach this oil to make it look like a brighter, cleaner, more solid color. Now after all of this, it looks better and now it's been degummified, but there's still the issue of smell. So now the chemists have to go in and deodorize this oil in order to make it smell and taste better. And then for some oils, not all, they will undergo 3 more steps. That would be dewaxing, winterization, and hydrogenation. So as you can see, these oils are very much played with. They're not at all in their natural state. Who knows how many chemicals have been going in and out and heated through, and just all these carcinogens are put into these oils that then companies are pushing for you to use it because they're at a cheaper price because they can produce more of it at a much faster rate. These oils are not only cheaper for companies to make, but because it's cheaper for them to make and redefine, it is then offered to you at a cheaper price than something like olive oil. So why is all this really important for you to know? Well, essentially, when you're consuming these seed oils, there are a lot of main health concerns that have been brought to the forefront of this war on seed oils. And the first one being the high omega-6 and fatty acid content. When you have an imbalanced ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 in your body, and this can lead to chronic inflammation, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, as well as cancer. And so during the process, when these seed oils are being redefined and they're going through a lot of heat, this opens them up to the issue of oxidation and free radicals. And essentially what free radicals do is they go into your body and damage your DNA. And if you remember your basic biology class from high school, when your DNA has mutations and it's damaged, what this can do is cause really harmful mutations where it can lead to something like cancer or other sort of disorders, and your cells just won't function properly. Seed oils can also lead to high levels of trans fat formation, and these are known as the LDL fats, which are the bad fats that doctors will tell you about. And essentially what this does is it leads to various heart disease issues. And I think something that is very key for people to know, especially in the US where seed oils are very much pressed upon to the community, is that it can actually lead to obesity and issues with your weight. Seed oils have a really dramatic and detrimental effect on your metabolism, therefore decreasing the rate at which your body can break down food and actually utilize it for energy. When your body can't break it down properly and not using it fast enough for energy, it then stores your food as fat. If you look at any sort of fast food chain restaurant or you look at the ingredients list of your food, you're going to see some sort of seed oil, typically safflower oil or canola oil. And of course, obesity has its own issues. When you are obese, you put yourself at a higher risk for issues like insulin resistance, high blood pressure, as well as the issue in itself of abnormal obesity. There are many people out there who are trying to eat healthy and they're going and exercising, but they're not stopping their consumption of these seed oils, so they're seeing that they can't lose this weight. Another thing with seed oils, as I mentioned, is with inflammation. You're going to see it come up across your skin. Inflammation could mean acne. Inflammation could mean issues with your cardiovascular system. And one final thing to note, a lot of people are developing adverse reactions to these seed oils, otherwise known as allergies. And these can vary from mild symptoms like a skin irritation to actual anaphylactic reactions. I know seed oils in their packaged state are much cheaper and much more available to us in the grocery store. But what can you do about this? My recommendation would to focus on taking in avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, MCT oils like coconut oil, and grass-fed butters. If you can cut out seed oils and just really focus on this, look at the ingredients list and replace those seed oils in your pantry with either MCT oils, extra virgin olive oil, grass-fed butter, or avocado oil, you will see a significant improvement upon your life, because these seed oils not only have detrimental effects on our bodies, but our mental health as well. If you think that it can go ahead and make these changes to our DNA in form of mutations, why can't it cause these changes in our brain and our brain chemistry as well, leading to issues like OCD, anxiety, depression? All of these things could be an outcome of consuming too much seed oils. I highly, highly, highly encourage you to look at the ingredients list on the items you're buying at the stores. You will be shocked to see how many items will have a seed oil listed in the ingredients list. Typically, it'll be a oil blend, and in that blend, it'll say canola oil with safflower oil. And you really want to avoid these things. And I know at first it might seem tough because they're just in everything, but you will find little items along the way that can easily replace or be swapped out for you to make sure that you're not consuming these seed oils. If you found this to be helpful and you want to see more content in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the thumbs up, and the bell icon for notifications when I upload. See you guys in the next one.